You're listening to Eat, Play, Sex with Dr. Cat, the place to up-level that sexy life of yours, with expert talk on sex, love, and nutrition.
Really strong indicator of here's the wrong way to do it. Try to be someone you're not. Try to get her to like you through subterfuge
Yeah.
and lies. Not so much to manipulate her, but it was coming from a place of, oh, I'm not enough for Lauren, so I've got to pretend to be who she wants. What woman would want to date a guy who feels insufficient for her? So first things first is you have to buy in to your worth, your value. Otherwise, that you have no chance, because you're not going to be able to keep up that act for very long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I love what you said there, because I feel like in our society, there's a lot of placing certain personalities up on the pedestals, being outgoing, that's more attractive, or being, the entertainer or the life of the party is more attractive. But what you're sharing is that's not necessarily the case, first of all, that we need such a variety of people, and a variety of people are going to match with a variety of people. It's not that I'm not going to necessarily want somebody who's super entertainer and everything. That's me. I want to be that. I need somebody who's more grounded and chill.
Yeah.
So you said something in your book that I just really loved, and I highlighted it, and you said, don't compare yourself to other guys. Compare yourself to the guy you were yesterday and be the 1% better than him today. And I loved that, because it's almost like, and this is really a thread throughout your whole book, it's about shifting your perspective to not comparing, but not onto this hard focus of what you are trying to make happen, but almost like shifting it a little bit to the peripheral, or shifting it back to you yourself, comparing you to you, instead of the generalized man or woman or gender otherwise.
Exactly. Play your game, focus on yourself. We're all wired to compare ourselves to other people. It's not a bad thing. It just doesn't serve us for the most part. It doesn't give us the kind of emotions and confidence we need to have great dating lives and to stay in a great emotional state. So you want to try to catch yourself when you say, oh, wait, that guy over there has a six-pack, he's 6'3". I'm 5'7" and 20 pounds overweight. I guess I suck. No, wait. No, compare yourself to where you were yesterday. Wait, yesterday I didn't. Today I went to the gym. Yesterday I didn't. So I'm 1% better today. Simply by shifting our focus from what we think we lack to what we actually offer, that can transform your confidence in a second. It can, and it also gets you on the path of daily growth, daily evolution. And a man who, or any person, man or woman, who is growing, who is focused on growing, becoming 1% better every day, they will have an incredible life-changing transformation in less than a year. It's in James Clear's amazing book, Atomic Habits, where he says, I think this is the right math. He says, if you get 1% better at something every day, in 12 months, you'll be 37 times better than you were at that thing. And that's incredible. Imagine if you grew as a dater, or just became a more authentic, attractive version of yourself by 1% every day. Think where we'd be in February of 2022, or hell, even in a month or two from now. It would be incredible. So yeah, we eat the elephant one bite at a time, 1% every day. And also our brains are wired to feel good about progress and growth and happiness. And our brains are wired to feel shitty when we look at somebody else and go, oh, I'm not as hot or cool as they are. So stop doing it.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. Very wise words. I will say, as you were talking, I was thinking, what am I attracted to? Like, what really turns me on? And what came to my mind was when a guy tells me that he goes to therapy on a regular basis, and I'm like, that's super hot to me.
Right? I love that.
Yeah. I was like, it's not so much the looks. I've dated so many different manifestations of guy and girl. But
I love that. One of my favorite kinds of Tinder profiles to write, it's in the book, it's called a Costanza. Remember George Costanza in Seinfeld realizes to do the opposite of his instincts. So That would be a funny Tinder profile. Basically, all you need to know about me is I go to therapy once a week, and I floss my teeth, and I love my mom. I don't know, just some like the opposite of trying to impress somebody. I'll bet with really good photos, that guy would get tons of matches from women like you.
Yeah,
Do the
right?
opposite of what you think.
Yeah, and also it I think it shows to the value of self-development, so that
Mm,
your partner doesn't end up being your therapist, but they can be a supportive partner and a secure and safe base for you. But
right.
you are doing the work elsewhere, which to
Yeah,
me that's really hot.
totally. So you have it sounds like you have a couple of types. And you probably have, I don't know much about your dating life, but you probably have multiple types that you're open to. You said grounded and chill is an
Mhm.
attractive vibe for you. You
Yeah.
mentioned obviously self-development. So
Mhm.
I would say you probably have a few different types that you would go for. And that's kind of what this idea of being radically authentic, which is sort of the whole basis of my book, is lean into whatever type you are. Not every guy is going to attract a cat. Not every woman's going to attract me. But if you lean into the avatar you are in a real
Mhm.
way, you're going to be incredibly attractive to the subset of people who are into you. And there's a lot more than you might think. It's kind of like, don't be Starbucks.
Mm.
Everybody likes Starbucks, okay, but nobody loves it. Nobody's wearing a Starbucks t-shirt. Be that funky, weird, quirky coffee shop that people love or hate because it's just so itself, right?
Yeah.
Uh, your podcast is not like anybody else's podcast. People love this podcast because they love you. They love the husky, whispery voice you use at the beginning. They love how raunchy it is. Probably people listening to this are not listening to Freakonomics or This American Life, but that's
Right.
totally cool. We don't want them. So it's kind of similar with dating. It's like put that real, vulnerable, raw, edgy self out there, even if it's not what society says is hot. And guess what? It's actually super hot to 20% of the people. That's
Mhm.
more than enough to date.
And I will say that I have a tendency to attract the NPR, This American Life type of people because
I could see
because
that.
there's that balance of I just bring the wild in and they bring in the groundedness. So
I know that Ira Glass is sending you dick pics. I'm pretty sure that's happening. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Lovers, thank you again for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, hit subscribe and head over to eatplaysex.com to connect with me and grab my sexy guides. Because my goal here is to get you to eat, play, and sex better so you can improve your sex life, which will improve every aspect of your life. Until next time, keep it sexy.